Hi, today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. So we are almost finishing this month. We only have 3 more days to go. And it's a bright and shine. It's in the morning in Korea. I work for Korea Telecom KT, the number one carrier in Korea. And over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I just enrolled into the family constellation course administered or facilitated by my friend and meditation master, Mr. Kim Ungni. His alias is Ungni. And it was a quite profoundly huge and profound, and the impact was enormous. Not enormous, but profound. And I just got insight into my family history, and could figure out the family constellations. Constellations means the stars, a group of stars positioned in the sky. So it's just stars are representatives of family members, and positions are how their relationships are formed. And of course, I am not perfect in personality, or I don't insist that the course cures everything, it handles everything, it manages everything. Rather, I just want to say that the course can help handle your situation. And also, we are not trying to blame the causes, our symptoms, our diseases, our status onto our ancestors. It's rather trying to see the connection between the cause or symptoms and ancestral behaviors or ancestral traumatic events, right? Our symptoms can be traumatic. Trauma doesn't mean that it's severely impacted. Anything that you cannot handle beyond your capability can be considered as a trauma. So it's persistent mass in the viewpoint of the Avatar course, or something that is beyond your capability of handling or management. So it's good psychotherapy, psychosomatic therapy administered or authored by Bert Hellinger. Let's find out what family constellation therapy is. I am trying to read this article to practice English by reading it aloud in the park, in the room, in the conference room, or on the rooftop, or in your living room, or in your linguistic language training center. Wherever you are, you can just sit down or roam around in the small space and read it aloud to practice English, to tone your voice up for the day. You can have nicer voice than previously you thought previously. So it's a purely academic effort. I am Korean. I am not a native speaker, so I need to constantly, I am trying to read the English article on a daily basis. Enlightened recovery. What is a family constellation therapy? So it's a blog, kind of home blog, addiction recovery. What is a family constellation therapy? No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. The opening lines of English metaphysical poet John Donne's 1572 to 1673, almost 91 years old at the time of his death. Meditation XV22 is 17, right? Meditation 17 suggests this Roman nomenclature, right? Nomenclature. 17 suggests the interconnectedness of humanity. The lines could also be applied to family constellation therapy, an alternative therapy that explores the relationships between family members. According to the Vern Morin, who is the facilitator for family constellation therapy at Enlightened Recovery, this therapeutic approach is a little different from traditional family therapy. In a video description of the topic on the Recovery Center's website, he says that in family constellation therapy, we turn the brain off and we feel. Right? The video in a video description, that's good phrase to me. So I'm going to remember that, memorize it. In a video description, turn the brain off and we feel. Family constellation therapy is concerned with the issues that we think about but don't deal with, that we aren't taught to deal with. What is family constellation therapy? Developed by German psychotherapist Bert Hellinger, or Hellinger in English. Hellinger is correct. Family constellation therapy is a type of group therapy led by a therapist or facilitator with a special training in the technique. Therapist or facilitator. In family constellation therapy, the person participating or receiving the therapy selects other members of the group to serve as stand-ins for his or her actual family members. Stand-ins, representatives. Stand-ins, let's remember that. Stand-ins, hyphenated. Stand-ins. These people are arranged in a circle called the family constellation. The surrogates or stand-ins hear about the family history or the issue of concern to the person receiving the therapy. Surrogates, right? Surrogate mother, surrogate father, usually surrogate mother, surrogates or stand-ins, the surrogates or stand-ins. Then the stand-ins are asked to describe how they feel or anything they think regarding the connection between the family members they are portraying and the person getting the therapy. This process frequently leads to a greater sense of understanding and empathy. What types of issues are addressed through family constellation therapy? Family constellation therapy looks at the family as a system and the individual's role in that system, right? Let me read this previous sentence one more time. That's the essence of the course, of the therapy. Then the stand-ins are asked to describe how they feel or anything they think regarding the connection between the family members they are portraying and the person getting the therapy. This process frequently leads to a greater sense of understanding and empathy. Right, stand-ins describes. Family constellation therapy looks at the family as a system and the individual's role in that system. This can lead to exploring family relationships from generations back and how those impact the present. Family systems frequently have unspoken rules or laws, and problems often occur when someone fails to follow these laws. These are the roots of the beliefs we have that may not work for us anymore, may not be healthy, and may not even be accurate. These are the roots of the beliefs we have that may not work for us anymore, may not be healthy, and may not even be accurate. This type of therapy can be particularly helpful when dealing with depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. For these issues, people frequently talk about a genetic predisposition to these conditions or learned behaviors that can carry on down through multiple generations. For these issues, people frequently talk about a genetic predisposition, genetic predisposition, genetic predisposition, genetic predisposition, genetic predisposition, genetic predisposition to these conditions or learned behaviors that can carry on down through multiple generations. For these issues, people frequently talk about genetic predisposition to these conditions or learned behaviors, right? That can carry on down through generations. They can carry on down through generations. They can carry on down through generations. They can carry on down through multiple generations. Let me remember this sentence, right? For these issues, people frequently talk about genetic predisposition to these conditions or learned behaviors. They can carry on down through multiple generations. In family constellation therapy, you may find that your current issues and behaviors have roots from previous generations that you don't realize. Have roots from previous generations. Benefits of family constellation therapy. Family constellation therapy benefits the person receiving the therapy and the group members participating as stand-ins for the actual family members. The person receiving the therapy stands outside the circle and is able to observe dynamics and connections that he or she may not have considered before. Dynamics and connections. The stand-ins are new to the particular situation. They don't know the person's family history and or the particular situation being addressed, so they can bring fresh insights and give the person different perspectives to consider. The actual family members being portrayed aren't there, so the person seeking the therapy is free from worrying about the possibility of hurting their feelings or suffering repercussions for sharing a family secret. The people serving as stand-ins benefit in a couple of key ways. Yeah, I'm interested. I was a stand-in, but kind of non-empathetic. Other stand-ins in my course, they were excellent. They could feel the situations. They could sense the feelings of the family members who died several generations ago. They may recognize aspects of themselves and their family generational dynamics and may gain a greater understanding of their own situation or trauma. In addition, being a surrogate in family constellation therapy is a powerful way for them to be of service, which is an important aspect of the 12-step philosophy. They may recognize the benefits for surrogates, right, stand-ins. They may recognize aspects of themselves and their family generational dynamics and may gain a greater understanding of their own situation or trauma. In addition, being a surrogate in family constellation therapy is a powerful way for them to be of service, which is an important aspect of the 12-step philosophy. The role of family constellation therapy in addiction recovery, because family constellation therapy is useful in addressing and healing trauma. It is a very appropriate treatment modality for addictive behaviors because many therapists believe that trauma and attachment issues are at the root of the addiction, right? Treatment modality, a way of treatment, right? But it's a more subtle way, more pompous way of saying the way of trauma modality. There are modalities, right? Transportation, phones, modality, treatment modality for addictive behaviors. The trauma that leads to addiction can be multiple generational and historical, or it can be a significant loss, such as the death of a parent in childhood or violence. However, addiction is viewed as a part of the family system rather than strictly an issue for the person dealing with addictive behaviors. Future of family constellation therapy. Hellinger originally developed family constellation therapy in response to the trauma caused by World War II. The technique is widely used in Europe, Russia, Asia, and Latin America, and is gaining ground in the United States. Another good expression, gaining ground, gaining ground in the United States. Gaining ground in the United States, right? Popular, widely used. According to the Enlightened Recovery website, enlightenedrecovery.com, about us, our staff, Hellinger has revolutionized the heart and soul of family therapy by illuminating the unconscious and often destructive loyalties within families. Illuminating the unconscious and often destructive loyalties within families. Yeah. Often eliminating the unconscious, often destructive loyalties within families. Hellinger has revolutionized the heart and soul of family therapy, the heart and soul of family therapy by illuminating the unconscious and often destructive behaviors, destructive loyalties within families. Yeah, I'm going to memorize this sentence. Hellinger has revolutionized the heart and soul of family therapy by illuminating the unconscious, often destructive loyalties in families. Loyalties, destructive loyalties. Hellinger has revolutionized the heart and soul of family therapy by illuminating the unconscious and often destructive loyalties within families. Family constellation work is an effective therapeutic process that helps break destructive family patterns of unhappiness, illness, failure, and addiction. The family constellation approach is becoming one of the most rapidly expanding forms of therapy in the world and is practiced in more than 35 countries. Enlightened Recovery offers life-affirming therapies for those struggling with addictions to drugs or alcohol. Enlightened Recovery is a licensed, co-occurring treatment center, which means that the center offers treatment for their mental health issues that very often are the underlying reasons for addictive behaviors. The center, located on New Jersey's southern shore, offers a variety of alternative therapies to complement the more traditional talk therapy that they offer. One of the holistic treatment modalities offered is family constellation therapy, which explores the family relationships that play a role in addictive behavior. Other holistic treatment modalities offered include sound healing, yoga, horticultural therapy, acupuncture, chiropractic work, massage, art and music therapy, and Reiki. At Enlightened Recovery, each client receives a customized treatment plan drawing from these therapeutic options based on his or her individual needs. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, call 833-801-5483 today. So it's a holistic treatment modalities, right? It's a variety of alternate therapies. Co-occurring treatment center, licensed co-occurring treatment center, co-occurring treatment center. So Bert Hellinger has revolutionized the heart and soul of family therapy by illuminating the unconscious or often destructive loyalties in family members. The unconscious, often destructive loyalties in family members. The unconscious, often destructive loyalties in the family members. He has revolutionized heart and soul. Is he dead or alive? Hellinger, I'm not sure. And what else? Co-occurring treatment. Before I close the article for the day, begin your recovery at Enlightened Recovery. Enlightened Recovery is here to help you or your loved one overcome drug and alcohol addiction, as well as co-occurring mental health disorders. Our co-occurring mental health disorders. Our holistic treatment programs treat the whole person in recovery. We have locations in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Get the help that you deserve now with Enlightened Recovery. Co-occurring mental health disorders. Co-occurring mental health disorders. Recovery Center, about us, blah blah. This is a good site. Before I finish the reading for the day, I would like to go back to where I left, where I try to remember the phrase or the sentence, right? Trauma, stand-ins, surrogates. We learn the expressions such as, I know all the expressions, but I would like to memorize them again. Stand-ins, surrogates, treatment modalities. Bert Hellinger has revolutionized the heart and soul of family therapy by illuminating the unconscious, often destructive loyalties in family members. Constellation circles, right? Therapy, it's a therapy, facilitator or therapist. Co-occurring, turn the brain off and we feel. Turn the brain off and we feel. In a video description, we turn the brain off. German psychologist, therapy. Constellation, family history, addictions, right? Portraying the person getting the therapy. Portraying. Stand-ins are describe. Empathy, right? Empathy. Impact the person. Yeah, here it is. For these issues, people frequently talk about genetic predisposition to these conditions or learned behaviors. These conditions or learned behaviors that can carry on down through multiple generations. For these issues, people frequently talk about a genetic disposition to these conditions or learned behaviors that can carry on down through multiple generations. Benefits, right? Stand-ins, perspective, consider worrying, benefit, greater understanding of their own situation or trauma. Surrogate, is a powerful way for them to be of service. Transportation modality, treatment modality, co-occurring. Yeah, cause holistic treatment, horticultural therapy. So there is sound healing, yoga, horticultural therapy, acupuncture, chiropractic work, massage, art and music therapy, and Reiki. Yep. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful Tuesday. This article was from enlightenedrecovery.com. It's a co-occurring facility, right? They treat patients medically, and also they give, administer, or facilitate therapy for the patients. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.